heard something today from another social media influencer saying, are you sharing or are you performing? And that really hit home because I think I have like this deep calling and want to help and teach other people, but that means you have to kind of put yourself out there, which, you know, in some capacities I don't mind doing, but I've said it before, it's quite exhausting and it feels like such a performance, you know? And I'm trying to get back to just sharing and not having to like do what the algorithm wants you to do. To be honest, I can't keep up with all of that. It's just not sustainable for me in my life. My brain don't work that way to keep up with all of those things. But I have this need to teach and to share and to help people realize that they're enough. There's nothing that they need to buy, nothing that they need to do, nothing that they need to develop. They're just enough inherently who they are right now. But with the way that, you know, marketing is, it's a performance game and it's really hard to navigate because I want to be as authentic as possible. And sometimes being authentic is disappearing and saying enough is enough, you know? And so it's been hard for me to like show up on a regular basis because I have this dislike to perform for people. I just want to share. I want to share my knowledge. I want to share my point of view, which a lot of people might not agree with, might not understand. But the one thing that I do know is that sometimes the way I think about things helps people. And, you know, how do I continue to do that, but in a manageable way? And it's just sharing, and it's not like I have to be this certain way. That's really like the ego game. It's like wanting to stick you into a certain like character with certain rules, and that's the exact thing I'm learning to escape from. So sometimes it's hard because I just want to share like how I'm feeling and what I'm doing and what's bringing me to peace or what's fucking pissing me off. I mean, there's a lot of things in this world that is pissing me off. And I don't always share those because I don't know if that's helpful. Is it helpful to share like what pisses you off? What do you think? And sometimes, like back in the day, I used to get in my head and tell myself a bunch of stories about like the things I had to do. If you followed me for very long, I've changed the saying of I have to do something to I get to do something. I'm still working on that, but when I'm doing these things that I quote unquote think I have to do, if I can change my mindset and just be in that moment of washing the dish or doing the laundry or like enjoying the sound of my son's laugh. I don't know if that is something, if you have children, like have you sat back and listened to them laugh in the other room and like just been so happy that you get to hear that laugh, you get to hear that innocence, you get to be a part of that soul's life of joy. And you know, when you're when you're trying to connect with people and relate to people and, you know, create a community to be able to help and connect and all that other BS, you have a tendency to feel like you have to do what everybody else is doing to get attention. And I, for a lot of my life, my young life, was always chasing attention. And so I think even, you know, it's like marketing and sales has never been something that I love, because, again, it's such a performance. And in some ways I feel like I'm convincing somebody. So teaching is just teaching and sharing, but I don't want to convince. Because that, to me, is like chasing after something. And things that you chase run. So it's been very difficult for me over the last several years, going through some pretty crazy things in my life, and then trying to continue to share and be authentic, and then not like get trapped in the algorithm of what society wants me to be. I've done that, and that's exactly what I'm trying to teach people to do, is to let go of those constraints that society tells you that you have to be a certain way, you have to, you know, gain a certain amount of things, people, likes, attention. It's exactly what I'm teaching people not to do, but I'm in a field that you kind of have to do it a little. So that's why I just like played the camera today, just to share. Even if nobody sees, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.